Whenever I set up a brand new Pocket Notebook, I have a very strict and pretty simple set of rules that I follow. So in this week's video, I will be showing you how I set up my EDC Pocket Notebooks. Whenever I'm going to start a new Pocket Notebook, I first have to pick which one I'm going to use. I have this whole bunch of unused field notes books that I pick from, and typically that just involves me going with my gut, whichever notebook feels right. So in this particular case, in today's video, I'm going to be picking this notebook to be my next everyday carry. So while you're watching this video, pick your next notebook and follow along. Okay, so after we have selected the notebook that we're going to use, we're going to write our name in it. Sometimes they have a spot for this, sometimes it's just write it on the inside cover. The main idea behind this is pretty simple. Just keep your name written in your everyday carry notebook. In addition to your name, it's also important to keep track of your start date and your end date whenever you start your notebook and finish your notebook. That way, if you want to keep track of them in the future, you have that information written down. This notebook that I'm setting up is not the one I'm going to use immediately next. So for right now, I'm not going to put anything in here, but start date, completion date, pretty simple stuff. I used mostly field notes, and it's mighty convenient that they have this printed on the inside covers for us already. With any other notebook, just write it in, not a big deal. You can also put contact information if you feel the need to do so. I don't, but you can. For my notebooks, I also will log which number it is in the catalog. So for instance, this one is notebook number 52. So I'll write that down in the corner on the back. That way, if I need to refer to this notebook or something, I've got it listed there. That way it's easy to recall. Once our critical information is logged in the front of our notebook, we're now going to go through and number all of the pages. Some brands of notebooks have the numbers already printed on there for you. Again, I use field notes, so they do not. So I just go through 1 through 48 and write in my page numbers. This is a practice I actually very much enjoy doing. This, for me, is an essential part of setting up the new notebook because that gets my hands and my brain familiarized with the new notebook. I'm used to using the one that I just finished, so by numbering the pages and flicking through each individual page gets me, my hands, my brain familiarized with the newest notebook. So as I'm setting this notebook up, I will number the pages, and as I go through, I will feel a little more comfortable handling this notebook in particular. And by the time the pages are all numbered, I'm used to it. And then just for funsies, I flick through the pages, kind of like a flip book, to see the number in the corner just dance around a little bit. The next step involves the back cover. We already worked with the front cover, now we're going to deal with the back cover. In my everyday carry notebook, I like to keep 4 Post-its in the back. And I keep them layered just like this for optimal space. I started this a few months ago to try and keep some long-term lists in my notebooks. Each new notebook gets old Post-its most of the time. I go through one of these field notes in about a week, give or take a couple of days, and that's just too frequent to keep a good running list long term. Hence the Post-its in the back that I move from each notebook. Simply, I will take the Post-its out of the old notebook and move them over to the newest one. If you get the Post-it brand Post-its, they stick a little better and they're better for long-term use. If you get any other knockoff, it's going to be fine for a little while, and then after a while the stick tends to wear quicker than regular Post-its. It's actually pretty handy because I use field notes, and in the back they have a ruler printed in there, so I can keep the Post-its spaced evenly. In addition to this, the way I have the Post-its laid out, I label each list or each Post-it at the bottom of the Post-it. That way I can see at a glance what each list represents, as opposed to putting the name at the top or like the header at the top of the Post-it. Then I have to like flip and do some weird stuff, and it just doesn't quite work as well. It's not as smooth. So again, at a glance, I'm able to see what each list contains. That's one of those details that's pretty important, actually. The final and most important step of setting up a new Pocket Notebook is using the thing. We've pretty much already used it a little bit by filling in the information and numbering the pages and putting our Post-its in the back. But for this step, it's pretty simple going. You just open it up to the first page or the second page if you prefer to leave the first one blank, and you just write something. So we're going to start this new notebook. Once we've done all the housekeeping, write something in it. Like they say in the back of a field notes, Fill it up with lots of good information. Now, if this step is hard for you, if you're stuck as far as what to put in your notebook, but you still want to write, I made a video about that that's going to come up on the screen right now. As you continue to write in your notebooks, find ways to adapt this setup to your own specific needs and your unique style. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you for being here, and thank you for watching.